My beautiful harvest for today, collard greens and lettuce from Big Mama's garden. But now it's time to cook those greens. And welcome back to Big Mama's Garden. If you saw my previous videos, it's all about the greens and the lettuce and the big chop. You saw that I had a big winter harvest of collard greens and mustard greens and lettuce. And I chopped them up and packaged them up and freezed them and stored them in the freezer. But now it's time to cook those greens. And today I have a special guest. I went out of town and got my sister-in-law, who is the best cook in the world, to cook these greens for us today. And I couldn't think of no one else better than to cook these greens than my beautiful sister-in-law, Carolyn. Let's welcome Carolyn on to Big Mama's Garden today. Hey, I love you. She's the best cook in the world, you guys. I wish y'all could taste these greens, but I'm gonna enjoy them today. Okay, now let's get started on cooking these good greens. Okay, Carolyn, tell everyone what ingredients you put in your greens.
Well, for these collard greens today, we'll be using some bacon dripping. Little bacon dripping. Put in a smash of onions. Cut up just a little onion. That's just to add a little flavor to it. I use Martin season oil, a little cayenne pepper, and I put a splash of sugar. That's just to take the wildness out of them. And once they start cooking, I might add a little vinegar. That just keeps from being too hot because of the cayenne pepper. And once I get them in the pot, I put my meat, which is pigtails and salt pork.
We sure do, don't we?
A mixture of both of them. I add them. And then once I get them in, I put a little water, not much, you will see. And then I let the stove do the rest.
Okay, Carolyn, now take everyone step by step through your process of cooking the greens.
Yes, ma'am. Well, first, like I said, I put in a little bacon grease at the bottom of my pot. Just a little, cover the bottom of the pot. All this is just for flavor. And I'm an onion freak. I put onion in everything. Onion, just if you don't have onion, you ain't got the flavor. You don't have it. So I just cut up a little onion. And I put it at the bottom of the pot, along with the bacon grease. Just enough, like I say, to cover the bottom of the pot. Now let that sizzle for just a minute. All that come out of the way. Once that sizzles for a little bit, then I start adding my greens. And most time when you're using collard greens or any other greens, once they've been washed and stuff, they're already contain water within themselves. So you don't have to worry about them boiling at the bottom of the pot. Then I start adding my greens. And I put in so many, you see the size of the pot. And once I put in so many, I make sure the seasoning goes through the whole pot. So I start putting sprinkling a little season oil on that little group. A little cayenne pepper. Then I add some more greens. I do it in layers. Now the meat I use, like I told you, was pigtails and salt pork. If you don't eat pork, you can use whatever meat you want to use. But this is the meat of my choice. I put in another layer of greens. And I add some of my meat. A little more seasoning. Seasoning all. A little cayenne pepper. Just sprinkling just a little. Now you don't want it to be too hot. Then I put in the rest of the greens. I put in the rest of the meat. And like I say, you don't have to put much water because like once you wash the greens, they're already full of water. So they're gonna make their own water. The water will come out of the greens. So you let them cook for a little while. That's just to see how much water and stuff you have in them. And once they're finished cooking for a little while, then you can go in and see how much more water you need. Now cooking time with collard greens is a little longer than regular mustard greens. So I can't tell you the exact time, but at least an hour or more, an hour or better on medium fire, and they should come out. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Carolyn. I know these greens are gonna taste good. They look great.
Just a pinch of sugar. Let's just keep them from tasting like the wild that's homegrown, from coming out straight out the garden. That's all it does. I need a little more water up in them because you want them to cook good, but they're doing good. But you need a little more water because you want them to be nice and tender. I'll put the water just where it's right above the greens, so it'll give it lots of room to cook.
They looking good, Carolyn. Listen to them boil, y'all.
Bring it right to the top of the greens and give it room to cook, so they can tender them up real good. You don't want to put too much water, but see, you just need enough water right over the top of them. Give them something to cook in. See? Right there at the top of the greens. And you see your meat is already tender, so it just, you boil them first so they be nice and tender too. So by the time they finish cooking, everything will be nice and tender. A couple of capfuls of vinegar. 2 capsules of vinegar. Okay.
Now what's the vinegar added to it for?
That's just another seasoning, and it keeps them from being too hot. In case you put too much red pepper, cayenne pepper in them.
Just giving it a little bit more seasoning.
Yeah, that's all. A lot of people put vinegar on their greens once they're done when they put them in their plate, but I cook mine with it. A couple of capsules. Now you see how the water is boiled out, cooked out of them. They're tender, but they're still not as tender as I would like them. So we're gonna cook them a little longer, maybe about 30 more minutes. Taste, you can always go in, take a little bit out, and then you can taste and see if they till you taste it.
Oh, I get the taste off!
one.
I'm doing the taste test. They taste good. Sorry y'all can't taste any.
You need some more seasoning, or are they tender enough, or whether you need to cook them a little longer?
Ooh, that was great.
Taste of this pigtail.
Yeah, put two forkfuls on there.
Okay.
What y'all gonna eat?
Everybody want to taste it now. They look good and smell
That's
good.
gonna taste with me.
Got another taste tester here. Cousin Calvin.
Excellent.
Excellent, huh? Good. The greens are ready now. We're getting ready to eat us some greens. Okay, you guys, we finished cooking these great greens. Thank you, Carolyn, for
You're so
sharing
welcome.
your great greens with us today. Oh, they look so good. They look so good. I wish y'all could taste them, but I'm sorry. I gotta hurry up and get off this camera so I can finish eating these great greens.
Enjoy.
Thank you for stopping by Big Mama's Garden today. I'll see you guys next time on Big Mama's Garden. Bye.
Bye.